Good morning from Boat Life. I'm Captain Benjamin.
And I'm Captain Leah.
We still can't really decide on who is the actual captain because our real captain is away for 2 weeks. He's left us in charge of the boat. We are in Ketchikan, Alaska, Alaska's 4th largest city and the furthest, most southerly point. And this is Boat Life. If you don't mind, whilst we're giving you an update of what we've been up to the last few weeks, we're going to be cooking some breakfast. I hope that's cool with you. So last time we spoke to you, we were leaving the Combi in Haines, Alaska because the transmission had blown up and we were homeless, which sucked for all of about 5 minutes until we found this boat, and now we're really excited about Boat Life.
This is just unbelievable.
Bye-bye, Haines. See you in the spring. We still have the Combi transmission to deal with, and we're still hoping that one of the companies in California is going to help us out by building us a custom transmission. So we think we have that under control, but we're not going to be back up in Alaska for a few months yet because we've got to get that built and installed and everything. But rest assured the Combi will be coming back. But more about Boat Life.
This is our home. This is our new house. Much bigger than the Combi.
I have no idea what any of these buttons do, but this is our house! This is where we live! Ah! Look at this place! It is awesome! Oh my days. Look at the kitchen! There's a kitchen! We can stand up in here. Look at this space! Alaska! You can run! Alaska, run! She's like born ready for this boat. Up and down the ladder, no problem. It is incredible, this place. Absolutely incredible. This is our room, come check it out. This is our bunk. We've got the skylight closed right now. But we actually have our own private room. I seriously thought I'd be putting up a hammock in here. It's amazing, there's 2 bathrooms. What a score.
Got a toilet, no more peeing behind a tree.
It's been a big learning curve, but man has it been good. I have absolutely loved Boat Life. I kind of feel like I'm born for this stuff.
Adventure ready.
What an incredible way to leave Alaska. It's like mountains, thousands of feet high, just rising straight up out of the ocean, covered with glaciers and 300-foot waterfalls coming down from the top. The weather is absolutely beautiful. It's so clear and calm. Honestly, how's your luck? First job on the ship is to can some salmon. So we're canning salmon right now to take down to the lower 48. You might ask what we've been doing on the boat. We've been basically deckhanding, you know, just helping Captain Jordan park and sorting out the anchor, which is not always fun when it's like howling weather. It's pretty full on. Like it's not really as relaxing as it might look on the videos. Like it's a challenge, but it's a really good challenge. It's really cool to learn everything. We've asked like 100 million questions. What's this do? What's that do? Can I poke that? Oh, no, don't touch that! Oh, sorry. I'm hanging up here, hanging for dear life, trying to work. It's pretty difficult, I tell you. But it's been fun. Yesterday we had a dripping noise coming from somewhere in the boat, so we had all the compartments open looking like what the hell is that noise, and then it just miraculously stopped. And we haven't sunk when we woke up this morning, so don't worry Captain Jordan, your boat's still in good hands. If he sees this, he's up in Anchorage right now working on a tugboat. If he sees this video before he comes back, he's going to be like, oh my god! Let's get some bacon on. Yeah, I've had a few gruesome tasks, handling fish heads and stuff like that to catch some crabs, but it has been well worth it. We pulled into one bay, I think it was St James Bay, when we first started, and basically filled our cooler full of crab. So we've been chowing down on crab omelette and crab crepes and salmon and all sorts of stuff. We've been eating pretty well on the boat, to be honest. It's been good.
A few days ago I was crying, going, what am I going to do? We have to leave the Combi. And now look at us. Beautiful.
So adjusting to boat life has been different for all of us really. Obviously we're used to living in a small space already, so the boat actually seemed massive for us. I mean, I can stand up in the kitchen, I can stand up pretty much in every single part of the boat. It's, you know, and we do this little do-si-do and scooting around each other, but that's just combi life for us. We're used to kind of walking around each other. Alaska was pretty much missing the land as soon as we set off. You could see from her body language and facial expression she was kind of confused, and it took her a little while to figure out boat life. She held on to her pee for like 48 hours before she finally let go. She just didn't want to disappoint us, bless her. But we had a system, and the system eventually worked. We all celebrated with champagne once she peed.
Ben's been loving it, it's been in his element.
I'm such a boat person now that I even run on land in my life jacket.
He doesn't take it off.
Hey bear!
He's been learning how to tie knots.
Yeah.
Which has been entertaining.
Yeah, you thought shoelaces were complicated.
There's so many different knots.
You didn't, did you? Please tell me you didn't think shoelaces are complicated. Because they're easy, everybody can do shoelaces.
The great thing about boat life is that we have been to places that we can't usually get to by car. So we've been through a lot of abandoned villages and like old fisheries and...
What a way to see Southeast Alaska, right?
There's hardly anyone here. Like you pull up to a nice little cove and there's only one other boat. It's been great. Our
captain knows all the cool places to go. He's taken us to some places that he's been going his entire life, which have like hot springs and glacial waterfalls, and we've just been relaxing in remote hot springs which you can't get to unless you have a plane or a boat, which we didn't have either of 3 weeks ago. So lucky. It's just been the best way to see Alaska. We also had one of the most magical Northern Lights experiences. We didn't think we'd be able to see it from the boat, but oh my days. I was in the bottom of the boat, Leah was up top, I was changing the camera lens, and then Leah's like bang, bang, bang. It's like 1:30 in the morning or something. Captain's asleep, and I was like, shit, Alaska's overboard. So I like ran up the stairs, like really loud, you know, just like straight out on deck, and Leah's just like with the camera pointing it at the sky, just going, oh my god. It was phenomenal, seriously. I know I use the word epic a lot on this channel, but epic. Like it literally sent tears running down my face. I'm almost like crying thinking about it now. Like we've seen the Northern Lights a few times up in Alaska already, but this one night was just out of this world. There was just every single colour of the rainbow dancing around. We tried to record it, like you can't really record the Northern Lights in video. Any videos, motion pictures you see is usually time lapses. You can take pictures pretty easily because you have to have the shutter open for a long time to capture it on the camera, which means you have to be very still and on a tripod. So being on a boat, floating in your own private little bay is nice, but not great for taking pictures of the Northern Lights. So this is what it looked like, but this is just a mere glimpse of the magical show that we experienced. It was out of this world. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget that night in Alaska.
Panhandle Coast through Friday. An associated front will push into the Panhandle this afternoon through tonight.
Doing good. Just taking the wheel for the first time. I can hardly see. Had to dodge a little tiny skiff and a plane. Alaska. Actually, leaving those hot springs, we were just kind of like sailing out towards open water towards Chatham Strait, which is one of the most notorious rough patches in Southeast Alaska. And Leah's like, I'm just popping down to get some hot chocolate. Do you want some? And I was like, Leah, you might want to come up here. Looks like it's getting rough. Yeah, she was down in 2 minutes and that's it. We didn't see her for the rest of the day. Man, was it rough.
Yeah, I was stuck in the toilet for hours, just throwing up. I've never been that sick in my life. It was horrible. Seasickness is horrible, horrible. I never ever want to experience it again. And I'll never forget that Chatham Strait.
Holy cow. Adopted the any port in a storm situation. It's not a good anchorage, but it's better than nothing. We're out of it a little bit.
2 hours I was there with my yogurt bucket, a screw bucket.
That was bad. Like the bow was coming up so high and it's smashing down. We tried to turn around and like go a different way, and it's like, no, not happening. Waves came so high, we almost tipped over. It was just hectic.
And to make it worse, that window wasn't jammed shut properly, so I was in there like spewing and like holding on, and the water came through and just went and like drenched me. I was like a drowned rat in there.
I've pretty much decided on this boat that a chapter of Combi Life in the future will involve me finding a boat, buying a boat, and sailing around the world and taking you guys with me. The small complexity at this moment is that I don't know how to do that, and I have no money to buy the boat, but they just seem like minor details. I'm going to get around that. I've been using this time on the boat as well as working to edit. We've got a new episode coming for you from Mexico. It's a really good one, so I'm really excited to share that with you. I'm really stoked to be having some time to pick up the Astra Alaska episodes. Last time I released an episode, I was talking about what happened to Sian, why she left. And so in this episode, I have an empty combi, a lot of appetite for adventure, and I'm heading from the Caribbean to the Pacific. I'm going to pick up some new people, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of an insight into the kind of people that I meet on the road, and a little bit more information from those guys. So I think you're really going to like it. We get up to some really cool stuff. We head into the jungle, see some ruins, and that episode will be out this Sunday at 11 o'clock. So please go check that out, and I'll get more episodes out to you just as soon as possible. But that's it for now, guys. We will be sailing south over the next few weeks. Keep your eyes on Facebook and Instagram to see how that's going, and don't forget to check out the episode on Sunday at 11 AM. Thank you very much for watching Combi Life. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We have lots of adventures like these that we want to share with you, and huge plans for the future. I'm excited to see how this boat thing works out, and I'm excited to take you guys with us too, so please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. So what do you think about boat life, guys? Did you like the video? If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment. If it's your first time watching Combi Life, don't forget to click subscribe, because we have a lot more adventures like this that we want to be sharing with you. And don't forget to follow us on social media so you can see where the wind blows us.